Imagine building something so impressive that no one on Earth can make anything taller for nearly 4,000 years. That's exactly what happened with the Great Pyramid of Giza. The Great Pyramid was built around 2560 BCE during the reign of the Egyptian pharaoh Khufu. Located at Great Pyramid of Giza, it originally stood about 146.6 meters or 481 feet tall. Today, it's slightly shorter because the smooth outer casing stones and the pyramid's capstone have been lost over time. Now, 146 meters may not sound extraordinary in an age of skyscrapers, but think about the world in which it was built. There were no cranes, no steel beams, no engines, no computers, no modern surveying equipment. Yet the ancient Egyptians managed to quarry, transport, and precisely position around 2.3 million stone blocks, some weighing several tons each. The level of engineering, planning, and organization required was astonishing. What makes the story even more remarkable is not just that they built it, it's that nobody surpassed it for roughly 3,800 years. Let's put that time span into perspective. When the Great Pyramid was completed, the Roman Empire didn't exist. Ancient Greece had not yet reached its famous classical age. The Chinese dynasties that many people know today were still far in the future. Over the centuries, civilizations rose and fell. The kingdoms of Mesopotamia flourished and disappeared. The Greeks built magnificent temples. The Romans constructed vast cities and roads. Empires spread across Asia, Africa, Europe, and the Americas. And throughout all of that history, the Great Pyramid remained the tallest human-made structure on Earth. Generation after generation looked up at it and saw a record that seemed impossible to break. Why was it so difficult to surpass? The answer lies in both engineering and economics. Building upward becomes dramatically harder as structures get taller. The weight of the materials increases. Foundations must become stronger, and maintaining stability becomes a major challenge. Ancient builders often created impressive monuments, temples, and towers, but few could safely reach the pyramid's height. Many ambitious structures collapsed before completion or were damaged over time. It wasn't until the early 14th century that a building finally exceeded the Great Pyramid's height. That structure was Lincoln Cathedral. Completed with a massive central spire, it reached approximately 160 meters, or 525 feet, making it the tallest structure in the world. For the first time in nearly 4 millennia, the Great Pyramid lost its title. Think about how long that is. If the Great Pyramid were built today and held the height record for the same amount of time, it would remain unsurpassed until around the year 5,800. That's longer than the entire recorded history separating us from ancient Egypt. The pyramid's endurance tells us something important about human achievement. People often imagine technological progress as a steady climb, where each generation quickly outperforms the last. But history isn't always like that. Sometimes a civilization accomplishes something so extraordinary that it takes thousands of years for humanity to match or exceed it. The Great Pyramid is one of those achievements. Today, much taller buildings exist, including Burj Khalifa, which rises more than 828 meters into the sky. Yet the Great Pyramid remains one of the most impressive engineering accomplishments ever created, not because it's the tallest anymore, but because for nearly 3,800 years, nobody could build anything taller. And that's a record that may never be matched again.